Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're watching this at night, good morning to you anyway. I'm filming this in the morning, which is why I've said good morning. But I thought today I would chat to you about my reading goals that I made for myself this year and do a little halfway through the year check-in and see where I'm at, see what I need to work on still, and just give you a general update on my goals. I didn't make very many goals this year. In fact, I only made 3. I have my book, my reading tracker book, sort of, here next to me. I'm still pretty happy with the goals that I chose for myself this year. I decided not to go too crazy and do too many things, but I have made a few goals that I think are good things to strive towards. So, firstly, my reading goal for the year was I want to read 40 books this year. Last year I think I read 37 books. So this year I thought I would up that number a little bit and say I want to read 40 books. This is the one that is the hardest for me to achieve because I don't read very quickly, and also I sometimes go very long stretches of time without reading anything, which is not great if I'm trying to achieve this goal by the end of the year. I have so far read I have so far read 15 books this year. I'm busy reading the 16th one, and it is almost the end of July, which means that I'm 8 books behind on my reading goal. So I need to read 8 books to get back on track with my reading goal. But by the time I've read those 8 books, I will be more books behind again. But anyway, I still think it's an achievable goal. I think I just need to actually double down on my reading for the next 5 months. Then my second goal is to read books in other languages, and not necessarily any language because I don't speak all the languages, but specifically German, Afrikaans books and Dutch books. I don't speak Dutch, but I can understand the majority of it because it is related to Afrikaans and German, so I understand the majority of Dutch, and I have a book that is Dutch on my bookshelf, so I want to read it, and then I will be able to say that I've read a book in a different language. So far I haven't read any books in a different language yet, but for the next few months I'm going to try to read some books in other languages. I have a book that is Dutch, my mom has a couple of German books on her bookshelf, and my dad has some Afrikaans books that I could borrow from him. I'm trying to see if I have any Afrikaans books on my bookshelf, but I don't. For a moment I thought I did because I have some Afrikaans authors, but all of their books have been translated into English, the ones that I have at least. So for the next couple of months I'm going to try to read books in different languages. That's the one goal I have done nothing about so far this year. And then my third goal for the year was to read books from different countries, as in read books by authors from different countries, because I think most people tend to read a lot of books from the US and from the UK, because that is where a lot of books are published, and they are often widespread throughout the world, or at least the English-speaking world. So I think most people tend to read a lot of books by American or US and English authors. And I wanted to expand my horizons a little bit and go world travel by books. Of the 15 books that I've read so far this year, I'm not going to include the 16th book, even though it is from a different country. 5 of the 15 so far that I've read. No, I lied to you. 4 of the 15 I've read so far this year. The 5th one is the one I'm currently reading. Have been from not the UK and not the US. So I've read Out of Love by Hazel Hayes, who is an Irish author. I have read When We Were Birds by Ayanna Lloyd Bonwo, who is a Trinidadian author. I read The Little Red Chairs by Edna O'Brien, who's also an Irish author. And then I have recently read Maktub by Paulo Coelho, who is a Brazilian author. The book that I'm currently reading is When the Village Sleeps by Sindiwe Magona, who is a South African author. So far my world travel by books is going fairly well, I would think. It is so far a third-ish of the books that I have read are by authors who are not from the US and not from England. I have read 5 books by English authors and 6 books by US authors. All that being said, those are my 3 main reading goals that I had. And then I also had a list of classics that I wanted to read this year. That was not necessarily part of my original goals thing, but I set a reading list for myself of a couple of classics that I wanted to read this year. And so far, I can't actually tell you how many I've read, but I can tell you that I still have to read The Secret History by Donna Tartt, The Moon and Sixpence by W. Somerset Maugham, and the 19th Century African American Women Writers collection of stories and essays and things. So those are the 3 on my list that I still have left. I don't remember which were the ones that I had on my list at the beginning when I made this list, because I've read some classics since that were not on that list. But those are the 3 that I still have left to read, and I think I will be able to finish them by the end of the year. I just need to actually get on with it and start reading all of them at some point. I've had The Secret History on multiple TBRs so far this year, and I have not yet gotten around to it, but that is going to change soon. That was my very short update on my reading goals so far this year. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how your reading goals are going down in the comments. I would really love to know how you are progressing with your reading goals, if you've fallen really behind, if you are ahead on some of your goals, if there's some of your goals that you've completely forgotten about, and if there's some of your goals that you don't want to achieve anymore because you don't really care about them anymore. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or your night's sleep, wherever you are in the world. I will see you again next week with another video. Bye.